Hello all, welcome back to our channel Lingua and Literature. Today's topic is the age of Shakespeare. Most of Shakespeare's career unfolded during the monarchy of Elizabeth I, the queen from whom the historical period of Bard's life takes its name as the Elizabethan age. Elizabeth came to the throne under turbulent circumstances in 1558 before Shakespeare was born and ruled until 1603. Under her reign, not only did England prosper as a rising commercial power at the expense of Catholic Spain, Shakespeare's homeland undertook an enormous expansion into the New World and laid the foundations of what would become the British Empire. This ascendance came in the wake of the Renaissance and the Reformation, the former regaining Greek and Roman classics and stimulating an outburst of creative endeavor throughout Europe, the latter transforming England into a Protestant and Anglican state and generating continuing religious strife, especially during the civil wars of Elizabeth's Catholic sister, Queen Margaret or Bloody Mary. The Elizabethan age then was an age of discovery, of the pursuit of scientific knowledge and the exploration of human nature itself. The basic assumptions underpinning feudalism, scholasticism, were openly challenged with the support of Elizabeth and equally so by her successor on the throne, James I. There was in all this an optimism about humanity and its future and an even greater optimism about the destiny of England in the world at large. More specifically, Shakespeare and his audiences were keenly aware of the prior centuries' prolonged bloodshed during the War of the Roses between the houses of Lancaster and York. Many Elizabethans, particularly the prosperous, feared the prospect of civil insurrection and the destruction of the Commonwealth, whether as a result of an uprising from below or of usurpation at the top. Thus, whether or not we consider Shakespeare to have been a political conservative, his histories, tragedies, and even his romances and comedies are slanted towards the restoration or maintenance of civil harmony and the status of legitimate rule. Next, let's see about Shakespeare's life. Very little is known of Shakespeare's boyhood. He probably attended the grammar school in Stratford, where he would have been educated in the classics, particularly Latin grammar and literature. What about the veracity of Ben Jonson's famous command that Shakespeare had small Latin and less Greek? Much of his work clearly depends on a knowledge of Roman comedy, ancient history, and classical mythology. In 1582, Shakespeare married Anne Hathaway, who was 8 years his senior. They had three children named Susanna, born in 1583, and twins named Hamlet and Judith, born in 1585. His early plays, The Comedy of Errors, is an adaptation of two plays by Plautus. In 1594, Shakespeare became an actor and playwright for Lord Chamberlain's Men, the company that later became the King's Men under James I. Until the end of his London career, Shakespeare remained with the company. It is thought that as an actor he played old men's role, such as the ghost in Hamlet and Old Adam in As You Like It. In 1599, he became a partner in the ownership of the Globe Theatre, and in 1608, he was part owner of the Blackfriars Theatre. Shakespeare undoubtedly enjoyed a comfortable living throughout his career and in retirement, although he was never a wealthy man. That's all about today's topic. To get updates, please subscribe to our channel Lingua and Literature. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned.